And across the Flow broadcast regions, it's time now for Golden Rivers. And it was a really interesting round of matches. And given that there's no football this weekend, we reflect on round 6 from last weekend. We'll spend a bit of time on where the clubs are at today in our report. Murrabit, well, they're at another win, 13-8-86 to beat Macona 12-12-84 in a thrilling encounter. And it was over at Tigerland too. So, gee, well done there to Murrabit. The match that had everyone talking, first versus second, where were the Swans at? How good are Nullawil? Well, we found out probably the answers to a number of questions. We opened up a couple of new ones. Nullawil, 32 goals, 21 to 113, beating Mullameen, the second place side, 1 goal, 3-9. That is a absolute belting if ever there was one between first and second on the ladder. And Oberdorfer booted 10. He's having a magnificent season. Smith and Casey 5, Quigley 4. And it was A. Oberdorfer, D. Putt, A. Casey, J. Bamford, and M. Quigley the better players. Well, it was Arsman with the only goal for Mullameen. Miller, Mawson, Buckley, D. Arsman, Main, and Dickinson were the better players. It was a disappointing outing for Mullameen, who promised a lot more, I think, and maybe just couldn't quite deliver on the big stage there against the Maroons. It was another big stage for Quambatook, and they got in and won 13-14-92 over Hay, 8-4-52. And Quambatook emerging now as a real finals contender. They played some good football in this match. They trailed the match a little early, but they got home and did the job when they needed to. They had multiple goal kickers too. Wild, Cook, Bradbury, Williams, Collicote, all booted 2. Baker, Cameron, Taylor and Schlitz were their better players at Quambatook. Aylett and Jubb, both 2-goal scorers along with Scott. And Jubb, Perry and Zanbon were the better players for the Hay Lions. But they'd be disappointed, the Lions, with their season. Not quite panning out how they might have thought. This time a big loss to Quambatook. Wandella 12-8-80 beat Ultima 9-8-62. I was pleased about the result here for Ultima. A better performance from them. Millward and Devereux and Simons all booted 2, and Delmenico, Bull, Purtle and Hull were the better players. They're going to be better. I reckon the second half of the season, Ultima will be the big improver. And Wilson with 6 in row 3. Kirby, Robinson and Wilson are the better players over at Wandella in their win. And so let's take a quick look at reserve grade today. And it was a very, very good performance in the reserves. Again by the Macona side. They're right up there this year, beating Murrabit 16-10 to 2-4. It was Wandella 12-20-92, beating Ultima 2 straight kicks. Nullawil 17-6-108, beat Mullameen 6-6-42. And Hay, wait for this result, 28-7, beating Quambatook 2-4. Poor old Quambatook have barely got a reserve side, but they put it out on the park all the same. Good on them at home for doing so. But Hay in the reserve grade really did come and do the damage in a very, very big way in reserve football on the weekend. Okay, to other minor grades of football, and it was in the 17.5s. And in this competition, a big win for Macona, 27-17 to Murrabit, 3 points. A big win to Wandella, 20 goals, 16 to Ultima, 4 goals. Nullawil, 9-16 to Mullameen, 2-4. And a good effort there by the Nullawil lads. So they came out hard. Herman with 3 and Cooper with 2. Fawcett, Keane and Kelly, the 2 Kelly lads in the better players there for the Nullawil side. And no match between Quambatook and Hay in the 17-year-old age group that we're covering at the moment. And finally, as we head to the young kids who get it started in the morning in the 14.5s, and it was a draw between the two sides, Macona and Murrabit, 3-2 apiece. Wandella easily over Ultima, 7-7 to 2 points. Nullawil 14-15 beating Mullameen, 1 goal 2. Well done there to Nullawil. Gee, they got some good kids in this side too. Perry 4, Kelly 3, Boyle and Veering and Hogan all booted 2, and it was S. Kelly, T. Perry, R. Hogan, M. Fawcett and T. Fearing as the better players for Nullawil, and no game between Quambatook and Hay in that junior grade. That is a look at Golden Rivers. No football this weekend. We'll have an update through the week on our Sports Fix of who could be playing and whether or not we're going to be 2 weeks off. We'll wait and see as that unfolds, but hopefully just a 7-day lockdown and back to country football next weekend.